So today, we will be continuing the series Words Matter. I have my notes on my phone, please excuse me. Today's Words Matter passage was titled Disabled Words. And as Pastor Shelley mentioned last week, this series is from 2011. And after reading through the passage for disabled words, I decided that it was a little bit outdated, a little bit insensitive, so Pastor Shelley allowed me to write sort of my own talk on the same subject. I am disabled, and every person, is statistically likely to be disabled temporarily in the form of maybe a broken bone, a chronic, or some sort of serious illness like the flu. Some way, everyone statistically is likely to be disabled temporarily or chronically at some point in their life. And this is a scary idea. And some people who are disabled may be hesitant to claim that term because of how scary it is to know that you are unable to do something. But disabilities are a lot more common than you think. They can look a lot of ways. Some, like limb differences, can be very obvious. And some are completely impossible to recognize without being told. Even two people in wheelchairs with the exact same conditions may have completely different needs. The only thing that ties people with disabilities together is that there is something they are unable to do. Sometimes it's that they cannot do it without help, but there are some things that people simply cannot do at all. My question to you is, when was the last time there was something important, something you wanted to do or something that someone else needed from you, that you were unable to do? Not something that you didn't feel like doing or that someone else did instead, something where you couldn't be in two places at once. Maybe there weren't enough hours in the day. Maybe you needed materials that you couldn't get, or something broke at the last second. It wasn't possible. Do you remember the last time that happened? Do you remember how you felt when the item didn't get done? When things don't happen the way you want them to, the way that you think they should have gone, it can be easy to beat yourself up. It's easy to say that you should have started earlier. Maybe you should have skipped something fun. Maybe you should have just worked harder. But the reality for disabled and abled people alike is that there are limits to what we can do alone. At the moment, society moves faster than ever before in history. People are expected to be as productive as possible, and people who can do a lot tend to pride themselves on their abilities, as they should. But especially with social media, everyone sees the best of everyone else. You are expected to be at your best at all times, and that is simply not possible. Have you ever heard someone say that if you can do something well, you shouldn't do it for free? Even hobbies are expected to be monetized. Truly, there's no problem with being busy. The problem comes when your machine breaks down. When output slows, you may think something is wrong. And while it may very well be, you need to get treated for any injuries, any illnesses, physical or mental. The thing that breaks down is not a personal failure. This is a hard thing to internalize, and I've been working on it for years. When doing things brings so much joy and success, not doing them feels like a failure. It feels like a flaw. But it's only natural to be unable to do things, and it's only natural to take breaks. Being human and being alive necessitates rest. We cannot function every minute of the day. And this is the thing that I've learned most from being disabled. And this is where your words matter. Earlier, I asked how you feel when you are truly unable to do something. And now I ask, what are the words that come to mind? Are they scornful? Do you tie your worth to your output? Now expand this, not just when you're unable to do something, truly unable, but when you just you're not able to push yourself, you don't want to push yourself, when it's something you could technically do if you just tried a little harder, but you want to take a break. What do you think of that break? When you are technically able to do something, do you feel like you must do it? Do vacations feel like they must be earned? When you take time to yourself while there are tasks to be done, household chores, people to visit, things to do you feel guilty? Do you ever tell yourself you're lazy? Do you ever tell yourself you should be working harder? Because here's the secret. Ability and disability are really just a large spectrum of human experiences. And rest and inability are a spectrum as well. They're a spectrum of not doing things. The reason is different, but ultimately the end point is the same. You are not doing something. And ultimately, the way you treat purposeful rest and your dedicated breaks is going to bleed into the way you treat disability. There's not a line where suddenly you're comfortable with not doing things just because the person not doing them is sufficiently disabled. Instead, a comfortability with inability, one that recognizes people for their innate humanity and not for their abilities, must come through practice. So, I ask again, when you are unable, or when you are able but simply tired, what do you say to yourself? And what can you say instead? How can you instead be hopeful, patient, and understanding?